Hey, wake up! It's time to start the show. Glad to see you all aboard Mouse Ears in Paradise. Let's get this show rolling.
Welcome to Mouse Ears in Paradise. I'm Dave.
And I'm Becky.
And today we're going to be talking about preparing for a cruise, specifically a Disney cruise. I think. Yeah. That's because we're preparing for one. We have one coming up. I think we're like 30 days-ish out right now
give or take.
at the time of the recording. So we could talk about some of the things we've been doing to help prepare for that.
Yeah, there's more things that happen than I think about. Like, I think our first one was like right after COVID. So it was a little bit different in the preparedness,
right,
quote unquote. And truthfully, you can prepare like not at all. Like really all you have to do is check in and show up. That's really all you have to do.
The check-in is an important part of the prep work.
It is. But also like it's escalated as we have continued going. Like there's more and more things that you can choose or choose not to be involved in. And
100%.
We have made choices to be more involved. And so I feel like that means there's more things required.
Yeah. Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Totally.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's optional stuff where it's kind of like, oh, that looks like fun. Like, maybe we should try and do that. And like,
yes,
maybe it won't. I don't know. Like, I think last time, as an example, we did the ducks, hiding ducks. And as of right now, I don't know that we're going to do that this time.
Well, there was right before we went, like there was kind of a big hubbub about like, don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
Like it had been sort of a thing where people would hide ducks and around the boat. And then I feel like 4 weeks before our cruise, I don't know that Disney released something, but something came out where it was like, please don't do this anymore.
Right.
And so people sort of kind of did still, but it's definitely gone towards the wayside. I feel like because people had them all ready to go, it still happened, but I haven't heard anything about it this time around. True. Have you?
I have not. I suspect some people still do it.
Yeah.
What we I feel like we were doing it, and I think Annika had seen at least a cast member like pick one of them up. Yeah. And so we transitioned to dropping them off in people's doors, in their fish extenders, which we'll talk about in a little bit. So, we still got rid of all of them, but we kind of did it differently. And so I don't know that we'll do it this time. I'll be curious to see, like, a lot of that hubbub has calmed down since then. So I don't know.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's been interesting.
But then like other cruise lines are like, no, bring it on. Like, so I don't know.
I get it. It's plasticky. It's not necessarily ocean friendly.
Yeah, I think that was one of the reasons is they don't want them ending up in the water, and it's bad for the environment. So
I mean, we want these places to still look beautiful in 50 years. So
for sure.
I get that.
100%.
Yeah, so I don't know. We kind of wanted to talk a little bit, I guess, about unofficial, just preparing,
stuff,
and particularly related to like crafting and just things you can make to bring along on your cruise to share and do things with. And so it kind of got into a lot of people will actually come and decorate their doors, which is a lot of people know about.
You can make magnets.
Yes. So you can buy them on Etsy. There's a large Etsy market for magnets, which you can do. But if you own a Cricut, you also can do these, right? Mm-hmm. So sometimes I know like it felt really intimidating to me to get started on this, but there's actually some free stuff out there, like free Facebook groups where people share their art, and you can use their art to help decorate your door. So you would essentially print off what their file is, and you can do that within the Cricut app. And so I print that onto sticky paper that then I put on top of a magnet paper, and then I put it back into my Cricut with a piece of laminate over it, and the Cricut cuts it all out, and then it's ready to go. So, there's some measuring involved. I think there's some like making sure everything gets in the right spot. And sometimes the transfer of the printable sticker paper to the magnet can get a little bit tricky sometimes. So I've had some get ruined on that, but it's not terribly expensive if you already own a Cricut to do that. And it's certainly cheaper than paying somebody else to do it. Like, I don't need to do this for other people because I just don't have that kind of time.
Right.
But like I'm sure once you're really good at it, it just like flies off the Cricut machine and you can do it pretty quick without having to think too hard about it. Now, having said all that, I was on Amazon today looking for some other things and like found a set of Disney ice cream magnets that were $13 for about 10 of them. Like, I can't make them for that.
Right, just the material alone.
So I did end up buying those because I was like, these are really cute and it kind of matches our family aesthetic. Like, I'm going to get these.
Okay.
And it was $13 and it's like, I can't, like, my time isn't worth that. I just don't have, like, it's $13 and it's done. So, you know, you kind of have to know yourself, but I do like have aspirations. I saw one on one of our Facebook groups that did like a mouse hole with a Cinderella mice that you put on the bottom of the door. Oh, that's cute. And I thought that was pretty cute. So like that, I do have some aspirations of maybe doing that. We'll see kind of how things fall together and what that can look like. But it's a fun thing to do, and it definitely makes, like, not everybody does it. I'm sort of shocked at how, like, there are a lot of people who do not decorate their doors.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
It's not something, if you don't do it, you're not going to, I feel left out necessarily.
I think you might be the majority if you don't, honestly.
I mean, it's a significant amount, but maybe 30-40% are doing it.
Yeah.
50, 60, 78% are not doing it.
I would agree with that.
It's kind of,
yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. So I like having it. It makes the door really recognizable. And like for the kids, when you're walking down that big hall, it kind of makes it stick out a little bit, which I kind of
even like. Seeing other people's, knowing like, oh, that means we're getting close because it's somebody else's stateroom.
Or like you start to go, wait a minute, that's not my room.
Yeah, these don't look familiar.
This is not familiar. So, yeah, but it's I don't know. It makes it feel homey. It's like the first thing I do when we get in the boat. You find the magnets, put them up, and
make it your own.
And now we're on our 4th cruise, and our magnets have made it all 4. Like the ones I've made have held strong. So they're not. There are people who say like they've had problems with people stealing their magnets. So
yeah.
I mean, we haven't. This will be the time that we do. Most of the time, it sounds like it's kids who are like horsing around, switching them up. You know, you kind of have to, anything that's not nailed down and not inside your room, I feel like you have to just be okay with parting with. But yeah, so it's kind of a fun thing to do. And you've been making your own magnets.
Yes. So I think one of the things is what you don't realize, or people may not realize when you first start doing it, is there are unofficial Facebook groups that get created for each cruise, each sailing. So you can join, go look for it. And there's unofficial people that just created it, that are going to be on it. And they try to kind of organize and provide information. And so it can be a great hyper localized, I guess, way to get information about your specific cruise. Like, oh, there's no more of this excursion, or oh, I'm about to release mine. If you want this, go check this out. Or if you're a brand new cruiser, maybe asking questions of like a smaller group instead of some Facebook group that has 500,000 people in it or something. Here, there's this one that has hundreds. And a mix of people that are new and old. But another part of these things that these people do is they'll organize different things. Like one of them is called the Fish Extender Exchange.
Yeah.
And so I guess the roots of this are the original cruise ships had, where the stateroom number was kind of to the right, there was a fish. And that's where, like, I think now you still get your keys are there. They used to put like the itinerary of the day, which of course is now on the phone, so they don't get used. So it's kind of like this mailbox where you would just find things, but it was never big enough for what people wanted. And they also wanted to be able to kind of like leave notes and stuff for friends or be able to meet people. And so people have done fish extenders. So things that hang from this fish, even though it's not even a fish, I think, on all the boats anymore. And they have just little pockets. They're like kind of your mailboxes.
Yep.
For each person can have their own little mailbox. And the fish extender exchanges are kind of like a secret Santa that you can sign up for. You can say, like my kids are into Star Wars or into cars or whatever. And then you get assigned someone you can exchange. And then there's also something called Pixie Dust list. And so that's what I signed up to do, which is you're gonna, I guess, a week before. I've never done it before. I've seen it done, but we're gonna be handing out magnets that I've been 3D printing to give out to people. I know there's other people that are doing 3D printing in our sailing and stuff, and so you'll just get little gifts and little surprises that are left in your fish extender if you have one.
Yeah,
So,
you've done a lot of experimenting with different things.
Yeah, and some keychains right now. I've started making some keychains as well. So just stuff that I can hand out and make it fun. So every time you go back to your room, just kind of poke in your little pocket and see if there's any surprises in there for you. So,
yeah. 3D printing's been your new thing.
It has. I've had a 3D printer for a few years. It was out of commission for a year during the renovation, and now it's back in full force.
Thing is always running.
It's always running, and so I'm printing some magnets. I printed some croc gibbets or whatever they're called too. Yeah.
Yeah, so now that we've done this, we're now obligated to figure out what we're doing for a fish extender, which has been so we're 30 days out from sailing.
We had a conversation.
We did have a conversation about it, but now
again,
I don't know.
Do you make it or do you buy it?
Do you make it or do you buy it? So they have some on Amazon that you can buy.
And Etsy,
and
of course.
Etsy, but Etsy kind of requires a little bit more than a 30-day lead time. We're sort of at this Etsy thing isn't really going to work so much. I'm going to have to commit to either. So I did order today. I ordered. Oh my gosh. I
don't even know.
I ordered. What's it called? Not fusible fabric, but fusible stabilizer, so that I can attempt to sew our fish extender.
Okay.
So
if push comes to shove, we
can order one from Amazon if we get stuck. But I feel like this is my problem with Disney things. And I'm having this problem right now with tennis shoes too. I don't want the same thing that everybody has. Everybody has the black and white Adidas Samba. And I really like the black and white Adidas Samba. And it would go great with my stuff, but I don't want to be the same as everybody else.
Yep,
I want it to be different.
Yeah.
So I was looking through my Disney fabric today, and I do have some of the old school fabric from when the Disneyland Hotel had the attractions on their bedspreads.
Mm-hmm. This is unused.
It's unused, and I think
fabric.
I have 4 or 5 yards of it. I have a lot, actually.
This isn't a blanket that we stole and then cut up.
No. I purchased it online back in probably 2006, a long time ago. So I haven't ever used it for anything. So I thought about using it for that, but I think it's going to be hard to sew. And then it comes with I just don't know what to do. But I also have about 20 other Disney fabrics.
Yeah, there's some cool stuff. Some animated attraction poster kind of.
Yeah.
Not attraction. Well,
yeah, it is kind of
movie poster kind of thing.
Movie posters and Tinkerbell and the Blue Fairy and I have some really cute stuff. So I ordered bias tape, and I'm going to attempt to make this fish extender myself, because here's the problem. I start looking at it, and what I can buy it on Etsy for, I already have everything sitting downstairs. It's an issue of time.
Yeah.
It's not a hard project. It doesn't look like it's hard.
I mean, it's a bunch of squares.
I kind of
right?
understand
pockets,
what I have to do. I get it. So, okay, I can make it work. In my head, I understand what I have to do. We'll see what practically it comes out to be. But you have to pleat the pockets. But I feel okay, I kind of get what's going to happen.
Because you've done a lot of quilting.
I have done, and I've made all my kids Christmas stockings, and I have sewed. I'm not, I don't know. And then we get it out, and Annika's that fabric's really cool. Will you make me a dress out of that for graduation? And I just think oh, danger. But that would be kind of cool. So we'll see. But yeah, I'm gonna attempt to make it. So if I get it, we'll post it on the Facebooks for Mouse Ears in Paradise. But it's kind of a weird thing because I feel like now there's pressure for me to like, not from you. It's pressure from myself. Okay. I know. I have now put pressure on myself to have all this stuff ready to go because I want it to have a certain aesthetic and be like if I'm going to do it, I want to do it right. And I'm feeling similar like things like this is again our 4th cruise. And now I feel like we really should just invest in pirate night stuff. Like we can't keep doing this and not participate. And I have no intention of stopping these behaviors. So like, but also like we've spent an exorbitant amount of money on the cruise already. Like it has to, I don't know. So I feel like every time we just sort of up the ante a little bit. Once we do this, now it will.
But then it will have it for.
Yeah, and I did order pirate ears for myself off Etsy today.
Great.
Emma wants a pirate shirt, so I'll probably make her a pirate shirt.
Yeah.
Annika does not want anything piratey. Like I found her a very cute Grogu pirate on her universe. She doesn't want anything to do with it. Like, fine.
Be that way.
Be that way.
She can wear the bandana that they give out. That's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and it's fine. Like nobody's going to kick you off the cruise. Like it's not,
no,
and I'm not,
no,
and
no.
I
it's
have
meant to be fun.
No aspirations of winning any contests. Like I am not winning the pirate dress up contest. That's not happening.
Right.
I probably should look up a tutorial on how to like make Drew into an actual pirate and give him a beard and things like that. But that also sounds like a lot of work. See, there's so much pressure. How do you decide what to do and what not to do?
You have to try and keep it fun. And if it starts to not be fun, you need to take a step back.
I think so. I do miss like last year we did the Marvel cruise and I really enjoyed having like a theme to go with. And I'm kind of missing that this year. Like,
yeah, it's kind of surprising.
Yeah. I feel like they're not
it provided some guidance. It did. It created some guardrails of like, what to do.
Yeah. So I am missing that a little bit. It'll be interesting to like,
we can create our own theme.
We could create our own theme, but I liked knowing like, okay, I'm probably going to get these characters and like we got to do the Marvel, character meet and greets and stuff. And like,
everybody had Marvel shirts and
we've kind of grown out of the princess thing. Like I asked the kids, I did try to get, because the princesses do like a royal gathering that you can try and reserve like a time to go meet the princesses. But when I did that, our times were like available were like 9 and 9:15. And I
think you even said 8:30.
There was an 8:30. I was like, this is
not getting up.
Nobody cares about these princesses that much. Like we have just now reached the point that people don't care enough about that. So that's kind of an interesting thing. But like on the other hand, I'm really looking forward to in another couple of years, Andrew will be able to check himself in and out of the kids club. And I think like that'll be when it's really like we could just go and we won't have to worry about anybody. And that'll be really nice.
Everybody kind of does their own thing.
Yeah. Yeah, after a long weekend at home, I'm ready for everybody to do their own thing with their own people.
Have their own space.
Yeah, and like you wouldn't think that would be the case on a cruise ship, but I don't know. I'm missing the like, I'm ready for the people to have options of what they want to do. If you don't want to do anything, that's fine. But if you're bored, like here's the list of things you can go do. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
So.
One of the many reasons we have enjoyed cruising so far.
Yeah, I know. How am I going to get on a second one this year? I'm going to have to make way more money.
Nothing is impossible.
Nothing is impossible.
If you dream it, you can do it, right? Something like that.
So are you making anything else for our cruise?
Keychains, magnets. That's it so far. I don't know how many of the Crocs things I'm going to do.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Yeah.
I'm going to look for some more keychain designs, but I've printed a few of the ones that I had so far. We'll see.
Okay. Yeah.
But that's what should I print?
No, I'm just curious. I mean, I don't know. You keep coming up with ideas. Who knows? I hope it all fits in your suitcase.
I do too.
Here's the good news. Whatever you put in your suitcase, you're giving away. So that means there's room to...
There'll be room for the
and
way
we
back.
are flying American, so we have free luggage on the way there.
There we go.
So that's good and back. But so there's positives. Positive things. But anyways, lots to do.
Anything else for preparing for the cruise?
I mean, there's the official things, but I feel like that's probably more
check-in, booking excursions.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
I'll add to the it was true. We booked our Disney transfers, so when we checked in, we did not pick a port arrival time. There is still there's still not a clear answer from Disney on that. It's very, very interesting. They do not say specifically that's correct. So it's odd. So I have not read something recently where people booked Disney transfers at Port Canaveral and still had to pick a port arrival time. Everybody who does it, they just get what Disney gives them and they show up and it sounds like you get off the bus. So
cool.
Continues to go.
Yeah. We'll obviously be reporting back on that after the cruise.
It's going to be great.
It is going to be great. Yeah, we'll be able to talk about Art of Animation and Saratoga and the parks. And
Becca and Dan are on the Treasure next week, so I'm sure we'll be talking to them too.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
The Treasure.
Yeah.
So cool.
I know. Maybe that'll be next year's.
No, I mean, we got some other, aren't we supposed to go in order?
Yeah, but the Wish doesn't do long enough cruises. Yeah. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Unless we do back-to-backs. That could happen.
You wanted to do it this time.
I know, we were close. I was close. You were not. So.
Okay. All right. Well, that's kind of what we are doing so far to prepare for the cruise. And then we'll report back on progress on that. But now it is time for our magical moments. All right, so my magical moment was I was able to go to the doctor and get rid of my boot. I am bootless now and am wearing a brace. So I'm not completely without assistance on my ankle, but...
Does it hurt?
A huge step forward, you might say.
Yeah, a huge step forward. I know. We're going to be walking to Lighthouse Point down that ramp, and I'm going to be like... I'll see ya tonight.
I'll get there eventually.
Au revoir.
I'll be like in Monsters University when there's that slug.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I'm moving much better.
You're doing pretty well.
I am doing pretty well. I think today it'll probably be sore tonight because I was doing a bunch of stuff, but just ice it type of thing. Yeah. Not even anything crazy. So that's progress. That's magical for me. And because if that's where I'm at right now, by the time of the cruise, I should be in pretty normal state.
Yes.
Which is good for everybody.
That would be great. We'll take normal, especially because we're doing 3 days at Disney World afterwards.
Yes.
So, all right. I am going to go with, I took the kids to the arcade this morning, which has been a big to-do in our house because the neighbors mentioned that they went to the arcade. And since then, it has been nothing but questions about when are we going to the arcade. So we went to the arcade today, and Drew ended up with an exorbitant amount of tickets because he and I played the Nerf gun shooting game together.
Oh.
Which is kind of like... it's similar in idea to like Toy Story Midway Mania, where you're like shooting at targets all the time, right. And there's always new targets and things fly at you and stuff. But you don't have to pull anything; it's just a trigger and it shoots continuously. And so he wanted to play with me, so we both played together. So he ended up with like 400 tickets, which was a lot of tickets, and it was twice the amount of tickets that Emma had. And so we go to like pick prizes, and he can get Pop Rocks because he has enough tickets, and Pop Rocks were 200. And Emma was not pleased. She's like, I want Pop Rocks. That's not fair. And Andrew turned and said, I'll buy you some Pop Rocks. And so he just bought her like his other 200 tickets. No problem.
That's pretty cool.
Spent them on Pop Rocks for his sister. Did not even look back. And after the past few weeks, there's been a lot of fighting that really was magical. So I did think that was cool. It was sort of the highlight of my day so far.
That's really cool. The moments where you think, well, maybe we aren't messing everything.
maybe it'll be okay. Maybe they'll be
okay.
So
no, that's good. That's awesome. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, now I think that's everything we have for today.
Yeah.
But we want to thank you for listening. You can email us at mouseearsinparadise@gmail.com and find links to subscribe and our social media at mouseearsinparadise.com.
And if you make things for your cruises or other Disney things, put a picture up on Mouse Ears in Paradise so we can all see.
Yeah,
and then we can
tag
have
us
more
in
ideas.
it or email it to us. Or
we
whatever.
would love to see what you guys are doing. There's a lot of neat ideas out there.
Yeah, and we're looking for ideas.
I mean, we are.
May not happen this time, but
Yeah.
we want to try different things and do different things. So yeah, cool. All right, well, all of you go make some magical moments for yourself and others around you, and have a magical week.
Have a great day.
Bye.
Applause. Applause. We hope you've all enjoyed the show.